Loreheads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
Today we're talking about the magical cat Yuumi, who was released May 14th, 2019.
She's so new.
Yeah, she's pretty recent.
I know.
You wouldn't know from
Feels
all
like
the
she's
lore
been
that she
in
has.
forever.
I guess.
I guess that's fair.
I forget about Yuumi, to be honest. We don't see a lot of her at our level, I guess. I play her sometimes in ARAM, but I find it very boring to play Yuumi. I wish it was more interesting.
Yeah. I feel like even when they made the changes to make her more engaging, like...
It just makes it so hard to, like, utilize the passive and whatnot. Like, I have a really hard time with that crap.
I don't think I actually really know what her passive is. I know she's, like, got a best friend. I don't know what that means.
Sorry, I'm going to try to fix something here real quick.
I don't know. I don't play... I mean, I think I played exactly one game of her. But I will complain about her in-game design just from, like, the principle of the matter type thing. You know what I mean? But it's fine. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what does she sound like? Can I go first?
Yeah,
I feel like I usually do.
Yeah, sure.
Woohoo! Now I can bat around the body.
That's really good.
Thank you.
You're classic Yuumi.
That's one of my favorite quotes of hers. Like, she has some really, really funny ones.
She goes, "I'm Yuumi. You're warm."
Do you know what vexatious means? Book called me that, and I think it might be mean.
Oh. She also has a good one when she kills somebody. When she goes, "I thought we were playing. Are you dead?" It's really good. Anyway, on the universe page, she has a bio and a short story. While she's not a yordle like everyone from Bandle City, not a lot here. Not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is going on seems contradictory at times, but...
Yeah, I suppose. I had this thought when I was reading Yumi's stuff, because I didn't dislike it. It's kind of like, it's like nice, light reading.
Yeah.
Would you agree? You think that's kind of... And I found it interesting because I think, Yumi's in-game design is like low barrier of entry into League of Legends. Yeah, you don't really want to play League, but your friends all play it. Yeah, go play Yuumi. And I find like maybe her lore is the same thing, where it's like, I don't want to get into this 3-part Sisterhood of War bullshit with Riven or whatever. Here's a nice light Yuumi story. You don't need to know anything. It's easy reading.
Like a cat looking out for fish. That's fun, right?
Yeah, cats like fish. They hate water.
Done.
Something like that.
What more do you need, right?
They float with a magical book.
Yeah, they do that, right?
I think so.
You could do that, Scarl, right?
Yeah, Scarl.
I don't think you can do it.
I think he's afraid of your sweater.
Yeah.
So probably not.
That's fair. I wish y'all had somehow rigged up some sort of contraption so that the cats would just be kind of floating along in the background during this whole episode.
Just like a catmobile.
That would have been cool. They would have hated it. We'll Photoshop the cats in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I like
Someone
that.
will.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll go through the bio.
Sure.
I don't know how to use
Who's this
Photoshop.
by the way?
Rayla
Is this also Rayla Hyde?
Okay, yeah. All right, Yuumi. She was a normal magical cat in Bandle City. The bio is vague on like her specific abilities, but it says that she was born with the powers of protection, which kind of means whatever the story needs it to mean at the time. For a long time, Yuumi lived with her yordle master, Nora. Nora had a magical book that allowed her to more easily leave and return to Bandle City, while other yordles had to wait for, like, magical means, which is something that Riot's been, like, really inconsistent on as far as, like, how do you get in and out of Bandle City. Although, we'll talk about how they do it in Bandletale, which is apparent canon now? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
But...
Is it?
It's very gamified.
I guess it released post.
So, yeah, it did release post songs and new. So, we'll see. But anyway, what?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Although I guess they technically never go from outside of Bandle City into Bandle City, so maybe those are different portals.
That's true.
We'll give them the
maybe
benefit of the doubt on that one.
International calls are different than local.
One uses a lot more yarn. So Yuumi would often go with Nora on adventures. They would collect things from other parts of Runeterra. Yuumi didn't really understand them, but liked keeping Nora safe. But one day Nora was gone, and several pages of the magical book were missing. So Yuumi went to the book to figure out what happened, and they formed like a bond and can communicate with each other now. Book also wants to find Nora, who knows that Nora went somewhere very dangerous and destroyed the pages to use so she wouldn't be followed. So Yuumi started to travel with Book, trying to find Nora. She's made other friends along the way, like a big man with a mustache who lived in the snow. Who's that, I wonder?
Could be anyone. He carries a door.
Olaf.
He carries a door. They even say he carries a door. You're right, Olaf.
Yeah.
Finally, they did end up in Shurima, and Yuumi dug up a piece of Nora's teapot. But before she and Book could explore further, a big monster came out of the sand, and they had to escape. Yuumi and Book are still together, hoping to find Nora, while making sure to keep Book out of anyone's hands, because that could be very dangerous for someone to have all those portals. And that's where we've left Yuumi.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
It is, yeah. I feel like for something with so much power that they're trying to keep safe, they do... Yuumi plays it a little fast and loose with...
A little bit.
She's a fucking cat, man.
I guess that's fair. She is a cat.
She is a cat. I'll give her that. She doesn't even...
Yeah.
Can't even read.
Wow.
Sure. I did have that question. That question popped up in my mind about the yordles, because they make a real point of like how big a pain in the ass it is for yordles to, you have to wait for the moonlight to hit a certain lily pad the right way to get the fuck out of Bandle City. But Nora can just go anywhere. And I had this thought of, man, do the yordles know about that book? Do they care that it's missing?
Yeah.
They must know about it because fucking Ava uses it.
Well, in the short story, though, that the yordle who is saved does not know what it is, I will say, doesn't recognize it. So, I don't know. I think I had that thought, and then the immediate thought was that that's not really the point of any of this. Where, like, it was really hard for me to get, like, nitpicky about the Yuumi details. Like, her being a cat, and she's a cat that's magic. And what does that mean? Are all cats in Runeterra magic?
Yeah, why can she
don't
talk?
worry about it, is kind of the point, It's like, it doesn't... If this is not Yasuo or someone who I'm supposed to be taking really seriously.
To be fair, I think technically speaking, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, every cat we've met so far can speak.
We're talking about Rengar and Yuumi. Is there another one I'm missing? I guess there's the...
In Italy.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. There's also the cat Von Yip or whatever in Runeterra.
Yeah.
He also talks. But to be fair, he is his owner's mind put into a cat body, so I don't think he counts per se.
That is wonderful.
It's a really funny little character from Runeterra.
I had no idea. That sounds like a really good D&D shopkeeper or something. Really funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
I kind of had the feeling, speaking of D&D, when I was reading Yumi's stuff, I like her thrust. I like her hook of she has to go out to all the different places and try and find her owner. It reminded me, funny enough, of Zenny, of your character from John's campaign. Because, I mean, she was looking for her cat.
She was just looking for her cat.
Right? So,
yeah, I think I mean one of the big things that, because not too long ago we did Vex, and it seems she has a very different relationship with portals than the rest of the Yordles do. She seems to have way more control and be able to do basically whatever the fuck she wants with her portals. And I mean, even the Yordle who went to get her back seemed kind of...
Yeah, they could just kind of open a portal.
Opened one up and was like, hey, Vex, come back.
I think we talked about it then, that we liked that it just seemed like Yordles could open up portals. Although I don't remember now, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could find a medium. There's a middle ground, right, where maybe the book can go further or to places that Yordles can't normally go that are more dangerous. I don't know. You could probably write it that way.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'd forgotten about the fact that pages of the book were missing. I guess, did they say they were destroyed? Because I kind of like the idea more of... I guess I like Yumi's goal because it's not... There's no ticking clock or anything, but when you've reached the end once she finds Nora. And if she were to find pages along the way, that would be a nice sort of like progress marker, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I found this page, and that's another hint, right?
They did say ripped out, not destroyed, so...
Yeah, I think it originally said they were ripped out.
That's what I remembered, but
But I think book had told Yuumi that she destroyed the pages after she left. But I can double check on the wording of that real quick.
I mean, it's not. I guess like even if it says destroyed, then maybe I prefer if they were out there, because not that we're ever going to get any progress on this. It don't matter, right? But if you did want to push the story, it would be nice to have like every now and then she finds a page, you know? Right?
Yeah. I guess it would depend on like. Do we have any hint about where Nora is or what she's doing? Has there been any hints on that?
Right. What's dangerous enough that like
she didn't want anyone following her, and then who did she suspect would follow her? I guess Yuumi, probably, right?
Is she going to the void? The void's like the only place I can think of
in Shurima.
That, like, because I mean, even Shurima, like she goes to Shurima. There's a portal that goes there. That's fine. There's a portal that goes to the Shadow Isles, apparently. So, I mean, like, what the fuck are they scared of?
Okay, so it does say that she destroyed the portal as she traveled.
Oh, she destroyed the portal. Okay.
Well, Nora is in Runeterra. I will say Nora is in Runeterra as a champion, funny enough. And that does give us a lot more insight into what's going on with her. I don't know how well it vibes up as we're talking about it. We could talk about it now. It just like, I feel like
let's do it.
We're full of curiosity. We're piqued.
Right. Yeah, just much like cats ourselves, right? And that's what will kill us. So she's in Runeterra. She's a champion, and she has some card flavor text that kind of says that what's going on with Nora is that she has kind of gotten trapped in a sort of pocket dimension. She's sort of in between the actual planes and is kind of stuck there and is working herself to try and get out. And in her level up text, it does say that she's created some sort of gizmo, and it blinks and it whirs and flashes, and a portal opens up and she sees the silhouette of cat ears, and maybe it could finally be her Yuumi returned to her, but it leaves it ambiguous as to what actually has happened.
So that actually lines up perfectly with Bandle Tale, because that's kind of one for one. The conflict of Bandle Tale is
okay. I didn't get that far in Bandle Tale.
Your friend gets trapped in a pocket dimension that you accidentally created by destroying a portal.
There you go. I think that doesn't vibe super well with the idea that she went to do something dangerous and didn't want people following her. Maybe she
didn't know that destroying the portal would do that.
Maybe
she's never done it before.
So she never actually made it to somewhere dangerous that she was going.
Yeah. So that's what seemed. Again, this was. I'm fairly certain this Nora was released pre Song of Nunu, so I'm sure this is all couched in, some alternate path, what may be, etc. But that might be what happens. I don't know. That's kind of a shame though, because it reads like Yuumi didn't actually ever find Nora. Nora just like fixed the problem herself and got herself out of the jam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I will say there are also several points where you can kind of see and even go into the dimension and still not be able to rescue the person there for various reasons. So, it's
that'd be fine. I think that's
kind of
that's
like
fine.
a Stranger Things vibe, right? Where like Will's kind of there, but you can't get him,
Sure. That's fine. That's a nice way of giving Yuumi some progress without actually ending her journey, right? And now she just has a new goal. Okay, I know kind of where Nora is, and now I need to find. Maybe she has to go find the pages that got ripped out to go find, like something like that, right?
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm kind of like whatever about all of Yuumi. She's not bad.
Yeah.
I think she does what she's trying to do pretty well. Frankly, I like the way some of her stuff was written. It's just like, yeah, sure, you can do whatever. It's not that serious. It's all pretty light.
Yeah, she doesn't super fit into the rest of Runeterra. Kind of like Seraphine vibes a little bit there for me, where it's like you seem very different from the rest of what's going on. Although she fits into Bandle City well, so that's
fair. Bandle City is kind of like almost an exception that proves the rule of Runeterra. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like Bandle City is kind of purposefully different in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's its own pocket dimension.
Yeah, pockets within pockets.
Right.
It's like when you have that little pocket in your pockets and you accidentally like try and put shit in there.
That's the size of our regular pockets on girls' pants. Those little pockets.
Sometimes that's how I know I'm wearing Sarah's pants accidentally, is I go to put my hands in and it stops about here.
How do you accidentally put on Sarah's pants?
Look, we have a lot of laundry flowing in and out around this house, okay?
I try to imagine John, but my pants would be massive on you. I don't wear jeans either, and you only wear jeans, so.
Except, when I'm working.
Well, yeah, you wear jeans or sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
What about pajama pants?
That's what I'm
That's
wearing
what they
literally
are.
right now.
Yeah, he wears pajama pants 90% of the time. And then when Poppy forces him out of the house, he's like, I need to put pants on. Hang on.
I have to go into public.
I've given up. I'll just walk around the neighborhood in pajama pants. I
He
don't
will
care
sometimes.
anymore.
Oh, but
Yeah.
he went to his dentist appointment in sweatpants yesterday. And they weren't old pair. This was older than our relationship. these
Yeah,
pairs
I
of
did buy
sweatpants.
that
He
pair
had
of
them,
sweatpants first thing when I moved to LA.
and they were probably
They have
used when you
seniority.
bought them.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
were
did buy them from a Goodwill.
from a
so-
thrift store.
Hey, this shirt's from Goodwill too. Hey, high five.
Okay, did you buy it 15 years ago though?
with holes already in it.
Well, I mean, it had the holes for like the head and the arms and my
those
body and
sweatpants
shit.
have a hole in them and have had a hole in them the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't like those sweatpants. She's got a vendetta against them.
I just don't understand
hear
how
them.
they've survived like multiple purging of
threatened by them.
sweatpants at this point.
So comfy now.
Okay. I guess that's fair because they're like 20 years old probably.
They're finally breaking them in.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I do want to talk about a complaint about this story.
Sure.
So they go to Shurima. They find a teapot.
Sure.
They're like, this is my first real clue. And then it says that she like digs deeper because she's like, all right, there's probably more here that I need to dig deeper and find. But something scares her off. Some void monster presumably scares her off. And then it's like, all right, time to go through different portals now until we find clues as to where Nora is. But like, you found the clue already, and
Go
you were
back.
pretty sure there was more there. You found the portal you needed. Just get some
give
help,
it a
round
day.
up some friends, fucking...
I don't know if Yuumi has friends. I guess she does. She made lots
got
of
Book.
friends on the way.
Yeah.
She got Book.
That's
She got
friends.
Braum. Bring Braum. I don't know if Braum can survive in the desert, can he?
He doesn't wear a shirt. I don't see why not.
Right?
I feel like he would melt. If he's warm enough to be
maybe-
shirtless in the Freljord, what is Shurima going to do do him?
Sure.
Maybe he gets cold. He has to put a sweater on.
It just works in reverse. Just yeah, you could probably add a little line like that. She went back and it was collapsed because Rek'Sai destroyed it. That's what I assume it's supposed to be kind of hinting at, that it was Rek'Sai that popped
Yeah.
out at her. I don't know.
Some sort of void bullshit.
Right. I kind of liked the idea of the Yordles do know about the book, and it is kind of important. And maybe there are other Yordles like Tristana or others who are out looking for Yuumi while she's out with the book, and so everyone's kind of chasing each other's tails a little bit. Could be kind of fun.
I like that idea too. Like Nora was the keeper of this very important book, and Yuumi probably should have gotten somebody else, but she's like, no, I'm going to take this book and find Nora. It'll be fine.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's a cat. She, you can't
give a
you
shit.
can't blame her for what she does. She's a cat, man.
You know,
like
until
that.
Ava just picks the book up. And now Ava gets to own it for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, look, we gotta have these cool cinematics. The Runeterra has releases, dude.
Yeah.
Man, don't add ice to your drink when you're podcasting. This is a terrible idea.
Just a lot of jingling.
Every time I pick it up, I try to be so careful.
It's this
It's
ambiance.
hot.
It
It's
just
summer.
It
yeah.
won't be jingling for long. And soon it'll just
It's
be
true,
water.
honestly. They're pretty melted already. We both have our guns out, by the way.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's not like I'm not.
You're not in a
rocking
sleeveless shirt.
Sleeveless, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
You
Mark
could,
and I
you
are.
could pull them up. You know?
Yeah, pull them up.
Yeah, show it
Girl.
off.
Show off those pale biceps.
I'm right there with you.
This is me with a tan, actually. I was sitting down and my arm was near my leg and it was several shades darker than my leg. So I was like, oh, damn, look at me with a tan.
Let's become a bodybuilding podcast.
Let's do it.
Do I have
just
to
make her
actually,
rip.
As soon as
do
we
I have to
finish the
actually
alphabet.
bodybuild? I don't want to.
I don't have much
Are you
else to
gonna
say
sit
about
like
the
this
Yuumi
the rest of the
bio. I
podcast,
suppose.
John?
Maybe we'll see.
I like it.
He's like,
feel
man,
like
I
I
look
like-
good in this angle.
Like,
He's like, I don't know if you deserve to talk about
Diesel.
Yuumi. This Yuumi podcast is at capacity. You know what I mean? I feel like you're gonna bounce me back out into the street.
At capacity. The biggest catch by Rayla High.
At
That was you,
capacity?
honey.
Aww.
Capacity. Oh, God. Cap. Never mind. Capacity. Cat. Meow. The
Nailed
biggest
it.
catch.
Random. Meow.
Meow. I'm so random. Meow, meow. I'm a spork.
I do get that sense a little bit when I read the Yuumi stuff, I will say. Just a little bit.
So she's actually a
Not enough
cat,
to, like-
so I'll give it to her.
That's fair. Yeah, this is Yumi's. It starts with Yuumi having a dream where she is surrounded by, what do they call them? They call them, jeez, I wish I wrote it down. They're like moonflies. They're like fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
They say it in the bio and in the story, so they really liked this idea of these firefly things. She's having a dream where like the fireflies turn into fish, and she's there with Nora, and then everything gravity reverses, and then she wakes up, and she remembers, the last thing I remember is I was in Bilgewater, and I found this great cache of dried fish, and I ate my fill, and I took a nap, and I woke. She wakes up with Book, and they're out on the ocean. It's not good because she hates water. Book doesn't do water. Nobody's having fun. And what they overhear is they're on a ship, and they overhear that apparently some Bilgewater rough and tumbles, ne'er-do-wells have gotten their hands on a yordle, and they're going to use this yordle as bait for some sea monster. They're gonna try and haul it up and get it. I thought they were just going to try and ransom the yordle, kind of like Graves and
I
ETF
know,
or
I
was
thought-
trying
whatever.
to figure out like how much are these fish worth that it's not more worth to just ransom off the fucking yordle.
Maybe nobody wants them. Maybe after that, everyone kind of realized yordles are, don't mess with them. But,
Right.
We've heard that. We've heard tales. Don't mess with it.
Book just wants to leave. Yuumi almost considers kind of hopping through a Freljord portal in the book to just get out of here, but she can't leave that yordle behind. So she springs free, and she rushes over to go help the yordle, and he's being hung. It's very Looney Tunes. He's being hung over the water by like a fishing pole, right? I imagine he's all like tied up and his little legs are kicking. I don't know.
And there's fish just under him jumping up trying to reach.
Yeah, there's like a big fin that's kind of circling the boat. But whatever this fish is, it hops up and does eat them all. Book, yordle, Yuumi, part of the fishing rod, and she's using some of her in-game abilities, right? So she uses like the shield to kind of create sort of a, what's that ability in D&D? The sphere that's like impregnable, right? Something like that. So they're lodged kind of in the fish's throat while they're in this magical sphere, and they can feel themselves kind of getting hauled onto the deck, and the fish sort of flapping around and actually knocks the sailors off of the boat. And while they're in there, she flips open the portal to Bandle City, and they all sort of, to Bandle City to safety. And she drops the yordle off, and as much as she would like to kind of take a nap or go chase some more moonflies or enjoy being back in Bandle City because it's nice and calm, she has to go find Nora. She gives one last sort of look at it before she hops back into the book to continue her adventures.
Yeah.
And that's pretty
These
much
are
it.
shitty fishermen.
Yeah, they weren't
They had
very
one
good.
job. If you can't even catch a gulper fish with a yordle, just turn in the yordle for bounty. Because apparently you shouldn't mess with gulper fish either.
Yeah, I did find that funny how she doesn't really, I guess she does save him from getting eaten and killed.
Yeah.
But like, even if she had not been there, those guys still would have gotten knocked off the ship, right? You know what I mean? I found it funny how she pops out and they're trying to figure out what she is.
Yeah, they're like,
What
is
did
that
I
a
say?
cat with a flying book?
Yeah, is that a squirrel with a journal?
squirrel.
Something like that. But they're like, it's a cat. Get it. I was like, why do they want the cat so much? It's just a
Right?
cat. I felt
Maybe,
like they would have
you
wanted
know.
the book. It's a cool flying book.
That's true.
They
Maybe
don't
they
know
can't
what
read.
it is.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to fish.
I guess that's fair.
Now, I had a question on this one too. So after they rescue the yordle and go on back to Bilgewater, he's like, "Oh, do you know how to get home from here?" And he's like, "Yes, just up the hill past the bowl moles. I know this meadow well, and I do hope you find your yordle." At this point in the story, Yuumi has not mentioned her yordle at all. I'm really curious at what point, because he didn't seem to, like you mentioned, he didn't know about Book.
But
Clearly,
he didn't
like-
surprise.
Clearly, if he had heard about, Nora going missing and Book and Yuumi, he would have known about Book. So he doesn't, but he knew that he was looking for a yordle. I don't know about that. Inconsistencies.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I didn't even pick up on that, but
Me
I
neither.
guess you're right. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's just like
Word's gotten
maybe it's just
around.
like an actual
It's one of
error.
those classic things where you find out at the end that this yordle actually kidnapped Nora. It's like, I don't remember
she's leaving,
telling
yeah.
you about Nora.
She's leaving. Turns around and be like, I didn't even tell you about the yordle.
That would be. I don't know. I would kind of be intrigued if
That would
maybe
have
it
been
was
pretty cool.
something. I don't know. That does remind me. I was looking at people reacting to the bio when it came out, and I was surprised how many people I saw on Reddit commenting, "Oh, Nora's definitely dead." I was like, what?
Oh my god!
Like, people, tone. This is not that kind of story. I know it's Runeterra, but fuck.
It's Bandle City in Runeterra. It's a different
Yeah,
Runeterra.
it's like, it's-
They don't kill yordles very often.
And even the yordles that kill people don't
Ever.
realize they're doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I did like the story. Yumi's voice comes through really clearly in this. You know, like you're saying, she has kind of fun quotes. She's got a clear, straightforward. You know, any cat joke you've ever thought of or cat personality thing you thought into a champion. But it comes through pretty strong and pretty well. They do it pretty well in this. So it didn't like resonate with me a ton, but I do think it was a good story for sure, or at least it really achieved what I would expect from a Yuumi color story, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotta be light. Gotta be fun.
Yeah.
Now, she does show up in a curious journey. It's the last of the cinematics that are part of kind of Ava's journey to gather supplies that Teemo needs to build a float for a big Bandle City festival, which seemed kind of ridiculous at the time. But again, after playing Bandle Tale, I guess it makes more sense. They're all about that shit there. They have a whole culture around throwing parties.
Literally, it's like throw parties and do a good job, and then you can buy more stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
But yeah, so I mean, early on in the cinematic, by the way, Ava, she's like, I don't know where I'm gonna find all this stuff, and then a portal opens in front of her, and she walks into it, and I guess it's just Nora's house, and Book is there, so she just takes Book, and the rest of the cinematic, she's just using Book to get around.
Why don't I remember who Ava is?
She's not in game. She's like she's another Legends of Runeterra release.
Well, I knew she wasn't in game, honey.
Oh, she's like, if you'd probably recognize her if you saw her. She's like that spunky little yordle with like the massive backpack, and a chip in the tooth, I think.
Yeah, I wish I would pull it up, but like it's gonna look like crap if I put it
okay.
on the camera.
No, don't worry about it.
But in the third cinematic, she runs into Meganar, who attacks them. But Yuumi pops out of the book and takes her and Nar back to Bandle City. Ava gives Teemo all the materials he sent her to collect for the festival float. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't really see Yuumi in any of the other cinematics before this one. She only makes an appearance at the Nar one. So I don't know where she was. Can she hide in book? Is that something that she can do that I just didn't know about? It seems like if you're in book, you're in a portal, right?
Yeah, but who knows? Pocket dimensions are a thing. Maybe Book has a little pocket dimension page. You know,
That'd be nice.
A little sleepy.
Sure,
She's got like
right?
one portal that's a pocket dimension that's just like a sunbeam that never goes away. And Yuumi just spends all her time in there.
That sounds great.
That's kind of fun. I kind of like that, honestly. Mm-hmm. Play with it a bit more. We'll go with that. Let's just say that's what's happening. Whenever Yumi's not on screen, she's inside the book in her sunbeam spot. We'll go with that.
And it has to be a pocket dimension and not a portal, because the stories are also very specific that when you go through a portal, Book follows you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's in a portal and Book isn't, it's got to be something else.
Yeah, I like that attention to detail, frankly, because it does answer the question of like, okay, we go through the portal, how do you get back? It's like, oh, okay, Book does it kind of eat itself? Like, I don't know.
I wonder.
That's how I
It's like
imagine.
coalesces into a little...
It's very lucky. It wouldn't be a very useful book otherwise. Or not as useful, I guess.
It's a one-way
Your
ticket,
one-way
baby.
ticket. It would
Right,
take
you go-
8 months to get back to Bandle City or wherever.
Yeah.
She does also have like a few of her own cinematics. She's got the Book of Thresholds, which, for the record, we didn't mention it before, but that's Book's real name.
Yes.
Oh, that's not in the bio.
Oh, yeah. That's.
I thought it was.
I thought.
Regardless,
I think
the
they
name.
mentioned that that's its name, but since Yuumi can't read, she just always called
Just
it Book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called the Book of Thresholds. That's its name. So Yuumi and Book are looking through stuff and things.
Great. Good comps.
Yeah. We do find out that Book is capable of bookmarking itself with like custom-made bookmarks. That's pretty neat.
Nice.
Sure.
Yeah, there was like, they were looking at a portal and Yuumi was like, oh my god, I remember this one. There are fish here. Bookmark this page for me with fish.
It's just a raw fish in there now.
Yeah, she wishes.
And then she shows up again in The Magic Cat, which is kind of more of a combination cinematic / in-game trailer. Yuumi is choosing the next destination. She's hoping somewhere with fish. And then, so she's in the void at the moment. And then void creatures are coming, and Book's like, let's get the fuck out of here. And they teleport
He
to the
says
rift.
that directly.
I love that voice.
Yeah.
I love that voice for Book.
Let's get the fuck out of
Yuumi,
here.
we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yuumi, you're crazy.
This void shit is nuts.
Why
There's
are
not
you
a
dragging me
single
around here?
fish in this damn place. I'm telling you.
Nora, where the fuck is? Oh my god. That reminds me. That was another funny thing I saw people on Reddit. A lot of people thought that Nora was going to be the new champion and not Yuumi. Funny enough, I was like, this is people reacting to the Yuumi bio, saying like, "Oh, I guess it's weird that there's going to be another Yordle enchanter." Lulu's kind of like that. It's like, well, don't worry about it because it's Yuumi. It's not Nora. I don't know.
I really find that reading comprehension's not like super high.
I wonder what the Venn diagram was of the people who thought Nora was going to be the next champion and the ones who thought Nora was dead, because I bet there's more overlap there than you'd expect.
Someone was talking about like, oh, well, there's something related to the Shadow Isles. The Lost Chapter has the Shadow Isles mark on it, and that the pages are the Lost Chapter. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I could kind of follow their train of logic, and by that logic, maybe Nora's a ghost. I don't know. Don't worry about it. She's not
the
dead.
newest member of Pentakill.
Oh man, that'd be fucking cool.
I think it needs a Yordle.
It does need a Yordle, just
It's kind of
they really did a number on Bandle City. So.
One of the bands needs a Yordle, or a Yordle band.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
A Zydeco
What kind of
band.
music? Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna be their own thing.
So yeah, the book teleports Yuumi to the rift, where she immediately sees a fish on the ground. Lucky.
Whoa.
She goes to eat it. Uh-oh, it's a fizzult.
Oh, gosh.
Book pulls her back right in time before the shark gets her. And then she's going around the rift and she sees a little tail, so she starts playing with it. Turns out it was Twitch. He's not happy about it. He chases her. And she runs into Poppy and Tristana, which she's super excited about. She's like, finally, Yordle friends. And then Kled rolls by, and he helps them all fight Fizz, who, also a Yordle, but whatever, I guess. Fuck him.
Was he? Is Fizz a Yordle? I thought he's from some Atlantean,
Yeah.
Didn't
they say aquatic Yordle?
I don't remember now. Fuck.
I don't think so. I don't really remember. I'll be honest with you, but I'm gonna stake my reputation that he's not a Yordle.
I am curious if he is like a fishy Yordle, would she want to eat or snuggle? This is a real conundrum for her.
She has a quota on Teemo to eat him. Like, she wants to eat Teemo.
I do remember that.
Oh, really?
I didn't understand that. He's a Yordle.
She wants to eat Fizz for sure. In Runeterra, when Fizz enters the board, he goes, "I'm Fizz," and her response is, "Your lunch."
That's amazing.
Well, that answers that. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Legends of Runeterra, answering questions for us that Riot's too cowardly to take on themselves.
I think there should be more exploration of eating champions. I've mentioned this before, but cooking champions.
I do think we had a discussion about eating champions and who would be the most delicious in a previous episode.
It was who would make a good breakfast, but it was the question as to what make breakfast was I think up in the air.
That's right.
That's true.
Okay. Wow, I remembered something from a previous episode.
Right. This reminds me of like the Brian David Gilbert's Unraveled series, where he does super deep dives into things, and all anyone ever wanted him to do, it was in the comment section of every single video he put out. It was like, do a video about which Pokemon is the most delicious. It's like, I'm not gonna do it, guys. At every video. That's just what the people want. They want to know. Also, most importantly, she does show up in Giants, the music video.
Does she, John?
So there's a neon sign in it with Yuumi and Book.
I would love that neon sign, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on Etsy right now, I bet.
Right.
$400.
What a fucking look.
No! You could buy an Ari skin with that money.
Well, I mean, you'd be close.
What a relevant fucking reference for now.
I was wondering if that was going to come up this episode.
That's so fucking funny. Shit. Yeah, I can't even buy it.
I have a few quotes written down.
Love it.
From her here. They're just quotes I like, And I do have the Teemo one here. Teemo? I bet I can eat that guy. Bet I can eat him.
Why did she want to eat Teemo? I mean,
She gets so dark there at the end, too. Just like, I can do it. Really, I can do it, guy.
Who wants to see me eat Teemo?
All right, I'll do it. No one raised their hand.
Wouldn't that be funny? You twisted my tail, okay.
That'd be so gross, though, right, guys? Right?
Right? Even as a joke, like even yeah.
No one would actually eat Teemo, right?
Wow, so you're in charge of the giant litter box, huh, bird guy? It's to Azir.
I was thinking that when they talked about her digging around in Shurima. I was like, man, she took a dump in there for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Kog'Maw, I like coughing things up too.
I almost did that.
And here's a nice deep cut for y'all. Hee hee, they're never gonna see us coming. It's a Persona 5 reference.
Oh.
It's a quote from Morgana, who is also a magical cat in Persona 5, who is voiced by the same person who voices Yuumi.
Oh, she's done two magical cats.
Magical cats.
Hey, man, when you find your thing.
That's great.
Does she sound similar, or is it like a very different voice? Did you listen to it?
It is pretty...
Please play Persona 5.
Yeah, that's the one I played. It's pretty similar. Not
curious.
exactly, but like,
Not knocking it. But.
Yeah.
Hi, Scabble.
Sometimes you lock in on something and it works,
Yeah. You're like, this is
Apparently.
the cat voice.
Yeah. That's why there's like 17 Yasuos in random games out there. When you have that voice, you use it for everything.
Oh, her AUs. We're on AUs already.
Yeah, you want to hear about some AU?
Man, I wish Yuumi had a judgment.
Right?
That would probably be. You know what? I kind of wish
just
every
sleeps
champion had
through
a
it.
judgment.
I literally, yeah. Should that be a Patreon content one day? We start making judgments.
We
for
start writing
champions?
judgments for
Yeah.
people.
Yes. Oh man.
That would be really fun.
I would love it,
Dude,
yeah.
Like we
Legit,
each
that'd
get
be pretty
assigned one, and then we
fucking cool.
each read them or something like that.
Just like,
Oh yeah.
maybe just like have like a one-off tier where like people could recommend or like ask for a specific champion.
Oh yeah.
I'm totally open to it.
I'm
totally
down to
open
this.
to
I'm down to write a judgment.
broadly speaking, fan fiction in general as
Patreon content,
Right.
or any
Patreon
content. Yeah,
content,
that would be
yeah.
fun. It sounds like a
If
good
this
writing
sounds appealing
exercise.
to you, let us know in
Yeah.
the comments.
Yeah,
And
please
then
do.
sign up
Like-
for our Patreon. It's $5 a month
Reach out,
for all content. We haven't put anything out in a little while, but we will soon. I promise.
God, we've had just the schedule for that.
Everything just keeps getting in the way. It's been
Yeah.
rough.
So first up, we have God Weapon. At these institutions...
Not what I would think for Yuumi. Look at their skins real quick.
Only the strong survive. Though they were founded to honor their god weapons, the students at each academy strive to make its strength their own on their path to glory. Whether it's the classroom or the battlefield, dominate the competition. And this is Battle Principal Yuumi. Following the disappearance of 2 principals, Yuumi has stepped in as the acting head of Durandal Academy until either individual can be found and reinstated. As a powerful channeler of magic, she uses the academic registry book as a focus object to generate apocalyptic levels of energy, often while perched on a terrified student's head. And there's a cinematic for this called "Fight for Yours," which we didn't get here, but I think it's on the Russian server, but it's an intense kind of like X-Men Danger Room style training montage. You know, they've got all these like this special room and these targets pop up and everyone that has a skin in the lines doing their cool moves to show off. And then at the end, you know, Lux does her massive ults and blows up everything and almost blows up Professor Graves too. Luckily, Yuumi was on his shoulder and put up a big shield to protect them both.
She just feels very
Good job,
Professor
Yuumi.
McGonagall here to me.
I was gonna say, like, it's probably very
Yeah.
McGonagall-y, right?
Yeah.
Next up, we have bees.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, honey. Get it.
Bzz, bzz, bzz. Bzz, 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 bzz. Bzz. This is... This has been auto-corrected on my Google document. Her skin is not called YouTube.
Do you remember what it is?
I think it's just Yubi, isn't it?
It's Yubi, yeah.
It's Yubi. Hey, there's a bee on you.
These are always just so good.
They're so to the point, you know?
No.
Then we got cats versus dogs. The oldest rivalry the world has ever known. Man's best friend pitted against the internet's greatest heroes. Only one faction will emerge victorious from the gnawing maw of battle between cats and dogs. Hopefully they don't get their fur too dirty. The only thing worse than losing is bath time. This is Shiba Yuumi.
She's just dressed like a cat. I really love it.
Oh, she's not. She's dressed like a Shiba.
Yeah.
Something about this small,
yeah.
dainty dog doesn't feel right. Wait, did it just hiss at the audience?
It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty
She's
smart one.
undercover.
You got Rengar in a cat onesie, even though he's already a cat.
Yeah.
You got Yuumi in
Dressed
a
as
dog.
Exceptional.
And then you've got, you know, Yorick in a cat onesie.
That's just a guy in a cat suit.
Then we've got Tales from the Rift, Bewitching. Who said witches can't have fun? Whoever it was, they're probably a frog now. Or some other cursed vermin, doomed to forever wander the streets, watching the Eve celebrations from afar. Pretty harsh punishment, but what do you expect? They may know how to throw a party, but at the end of the night, they're still witches. This is Bewitching Yuumi. Yuumi pierces the protective bubble surrounding her prey, readying a pounce as it plops to the ground. She ponders for a moment if a pumpkin cat eats a pumpkin fish. Is that too much pumpkin? Is there even such a thing as too much pumpkin?
This girl doesn't have one serious skin in the whole bunch.
Apparently,
most
the Durandal
edgy-
Academy one is pretty serious, you
It's
know?
relatively
So-
serious, yeah. I think that's about as serious as you can get with Yuumi,
Yeah.
Right?
right?
We
What are you
watched a
gonna do,
video
like,
with the pumpkin
Not
head
Project
yesterday.
Yuumi.
Right?
What did you say about it? Oh, Pumpkinhead. Yeah, we watched Return to Oz yesterday.
Oh, sweet. Well, I hope it was good. I still haven't seen it.
It was fun. I was a little high.
Which,
Doesn't
you know,
it sounds like a good
is
setup.
recommended. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I told you. It just opens up with fucking Dorothy getting electroshock.
She didn't get electroshock, honey. The power went out before she got electrocuted.
Yeah.
So Duh.
Saved by the bell.
Next up, we got Be Mine, Heartbreaker. Most seek out sweethearts in quiet parks or friendly tea shops, but those relationships never last. The bonds formed on the battlefield pierce like bullets straight through the hearts of enemies. Those endure. This is
Shit.
Heartseeker Yuumi. Yumi's always looking for what cats love, a belly full of fish and a warm lap to curl up on. But with the romantic mood captivating even Book, Yuumi knows the only thing to set her heart purring will be a very precise number of pets. What is that number? Who knows, but don't get it wrong.
Okay.
Fun fact on this one, when Yuumi recalls, drawings of Garen and Katarina can be seen on the Book of Thresholds pages.
Aww. Cute.
Cute.
Romantic. And I got some fun facts for you.
I feel like you have more fun facts than anything
more?
else.
That's because the team that did a Reddit AMA.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yuumi is voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris, who also voices Nami. And she does both the champions in Legends of Runeterra as well as Chip.
Just Chip too? Oh, that's interesting. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Chip?
That's that little piece
From
of
Beauty and the
Malphite.
Beast? Oh, that's right.
That
He's
little
kind of the
cutie.
same.
I know.
Yeah.
I always forget that's the thing.
The visual goals for Yuumi included creating a cute support, because they just decided they hadn't done one of those in a while. So we need a cute
Okay.
support.
Always love that.
Yeah, you know. A scrapped name for Bop and Block was Protect Attack.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's keep putting dated memes in there, like just things that will never age well.
I love it. It's like a little time capsule, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yumi's in-game development name was Catbook.
Cat book. Cat book.
Boo.
Alone in a portal.
Looking
just
for a
little
noise to
Catbook.
look at. But
Oh, we're
fuck
so
outta here.
old.
You and Me was a spell originally tested on Zaya and Rakan.
Oh.
When one of them died, their spirit would attach to the other and would allow you to keep playing.
Oh, shit.
Which, for the record, they kind of did in this most recent set of TFT. When you put one on the board, the two of them come as one unit, and if you put them in the first two rows, it's Rakan, and if you put them in the back two rows, it's Zaya. But regardless of which one you do, the other one will be off on the sideline throwing shit in to help too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Interesting. Oh yeah.
Several scrapped spells tested on Yuumi
Oh, man.
include a miniature version of Realm Warp.
Is that Rise's ult?
That's Rise's ult.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know ability names very well.
Yeah, that's kind of which makes sense. Make a little portal pop
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Sure.
A version of her ultimate that allowed her to attach to enemies and then knock them back until they hit terrain.
Oh, that's fun, dude.
A version of Prowling Projectile that would charge for a second and then fire at an incredibly fast speed. Which I feel like is closer to what it is
I'll say,
now
it sounds
than what
like-
it
Yeah, that's
originally
true.
was.
Yeah.
And then a spell that would throw a boomerang-like orb that would allow Yuumi to cast her spells from the projectile.
Oh, so like Oriana.
Oh,
A little bit like
okay.
Oriana, a little bit like Lulu, too, even.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yumi's name came from a time where she heard Nora say, "You and me," and because she's a cat and doesn't know English very well, she just thought that was her name.
That's cute.
The Book of Thresholds was originally written by a Yordle anthropologist in order to study how Yordle magic works and how Yordles traverse the spirit realm. It has been added to over the years by generations of Yordle mages who explored the various gateways to and from Bandle City.
Okay.
The Book of Thresholds was given sentience by one of its previous owners in order to protect itself from those who would use its powers for evil. It essentially works to allow its keeper to traverse the spirit and physical realms using portals and bypass the normal requirements for these portals. So while most can only be seen and used by yordles and only at certain times of the year or, when other characteristics are met, the portals in the book can be used by anyone who, is its current keeper. Each page contains a different portal to a different place, and book will always try and retrieve and repair any pages that are lost so it can be whole again. And it says here too, Nora did tear out the page that led to the place where she was trapped because she didn't want Book to follow, and she knew it would be too dangerous to Book and that it might fall into the wrong hands. Yuumi and Book have been looking for Nora for about 4 years now.
Wow.
Which is nothing in yordle time.
I guess that's true. Although she's a cat, not a yordle.
That's true. I wonder how she does age.
I mean, cats live a while too, although.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
not as long as a yordle, I guess.
Bandletail, you have to do 100 years of knitting to even be considered an apprentice knitter. Book is much more rational and risk-averse than Yuumi and prefers to stay on the path so it can keep itself and its keeper safe. Yuumi is much more playful, with an element of unpredictable spontaneity. She's highly distractible, especially by the worldly comforts such as food or naps. Plus, she's a literal cat, so rational thought does not come to her easily.
And then as a dig, you put, she can't even read.
She can't even read, fucking
fucking Charlie Day over here. Or Kelly, god damn it.
My name's Yuumi, and I can't fucking read.
I'll never learn how to read.
Yuumi was an item in set 1 of TFT, and it would turn somebody into a mage.
Neat.
Nowadays, those items are, named after, that would be called a mage emblem nowadays. But set 1, fucking all bets were off. They didn't work like that. You just put a Yuumi on someone, and now they're a mage.
Fucking nerd.
Finally, Yumi's tail works as a rudder for steering the book through the portals.
Adorable. Well, that's Yuumi.
That's Yuumi.
I
mean, it's worth mentioning. We've been talking about Bandletail. She does show up in Bandletail.
Yeah.
She has a few parts. She doesn't play a huge role. She kind of helps the main character out a few times. We don't get a whole lot of deep Yuumi back lore in Bandletail, so there's not a ton to talk about there. But if you're a huge Yuumi enthusiast and you just can't get enough of that crazy cat, she does show up a few times in Bandletail, so knock yourself out.
So,
Solid.
For that Patreon episode, I was thinking about it. And writing people's judgments. Here's what I was thinking. We have people vote or whatever, or we pick 3 champions. We come to the episode. We kind of come up with what the judgment's going to be all together, right? For all 3 of them. And then we each pick one to write. And then we'll write it and then maybe post it on the Patreon page. Does that sound good?
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
that way we can
the
all
rough outline.
Yeah, all together we can come up with the outlines for it. I think that'd be fun.
So I'm not a writer, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but
you're fine. You do great D&D campaigns.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's the same thing.
You write, so you're a writer.
All right, I guess that's fair. I write my name on shit sometimes. Yeah.
On every page of your notes, it's a bit egotistical, don't you think?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
Arcane, baby.
Oh,
that's Victor, my man.
I only saw it the once.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're right. I hear now. Real quick about skins they use. Is there for Star Guardian? They have the little familiars, right? Is that what they're called? Or mediums? What are they called? They're little pets.
Yes. I think familiar sounds right.
One of those things. Familiar sounds right.
No. I think you're right. Magical medium, I think, is the term they use.
They should do a Star Guardian skin where she's like a magical medium who has to become a Star Guardian. Maybe her guardian died or got corrupted by the Dark Star or something.
I love that. That's really good. See?
If she was Zoe's magical medium.
Ooh.
Boom. There it is.
You got it.
That's the thing, the cats from Sailor Moon, right? Let's just do that.
Yeah.
But League.
What if, but League.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like there's a lot of that in
Yeah.
League. What if
Oh,
the
yeah,
League?
for sure.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was Yuumi. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We have a Twitch, twitch.tv/loreheads. I usually stream Tuesdays and Fridays. I do some Rift games with friends, but my internet crapped out on me on Tuesday. So, I don't know. Hopefully it's better by Friday. We'll see.
Fingies crossed.
Although this episode will
What's
be out
good
after
now?
that. I know, right? I have no idea. And then John streams on Saturdays. He does TFT any rooms with viewers, and then he'll do a random little pick me up stream during the week sometimes when he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm waiting for Slay the Spire 2 so that I can pick that up on PC and stream that shit.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
We were
also
talking about it before we started recording, so.
Oh, yeah, you guys were talking about Slay the Spire. We also have YouTube if you want to see all of our guns.
Hell yeah.
You can check out our YouTube. This video will be up there eventually. It's usually much later than the actual episodes, but that's okay.
It was off camera.
That's my fault.
Oh,
That's my
sorry.
fault.
Well, I
That's
wasn't
because
going
I
to say
don't
it.
upload them. Yeah, okay. I'll own it. I'm sorry. I'll send this tonight.
We also have a Discord. You want to find some people to play League with, chat, post weird memes, please join the Discord. And we have a Patreon, as we said, patreon.com/
Is this why people aren't...
Loreheads, League of Loreheads. Do we know that?
Yeah, I'm sure, you just, I think I said before, you just Google Patreon League of Loreheads, whatever you find, just do that. Maybe, even if it's not us, whatever.
they earned it.
Right?
They've earned it. Okay, well, it's not Loreheads.
All right, so it's got to be League of Loreheads, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds right.
it
League of
is.
Loreheads.
You are correct.
Nice. Patreon.com/ League of Loreheads.
Nailed it. The name of our podcast. Who the fuck?
Weird. We have some bonus audio and videos there. Shut the fuck up. Because I think our merch is bit.ly/Lorehead merch or something like that. So sometimes they're not always the same. And our Twitch is twitch.tv/Loreheads, not League of Loreheads. So, you know what, John?
Didn't you make the bit.ly?
Yeah.
Branding unification pass. That's what I'm hearing right now.
But fuck off. Go ahead and change it. Then.
I don't have any of the logins on that.
Thank you so much to all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our Madard tier patrons, Mr. Dead and King of Hearts. If you had lost your book and were stuck in a pocket dimension, I would throw as many parties as necessary to free you. I don't care if I had to learn how to cook every recipe in my skill tree and finally get the creative thinkers and the architects of that weird archipelago to work together. I would do it for you. And this will make a lot more sense once you play Bandletale.
Nice.
I assume so.
And with that, we are done with the whys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yup. We're on to the Z's, everybody.
Bet y'all didn't think we'd make it this far.
The final weeks of our just kind of regular stuff. Let's not think about it too much and join us next week as we talk about, what's its title? The Secret Weapon. Zach.